today's episode, I'm going to be working on the power steering rack from the 350Z twin turbo 600 horsepower, son. I'm going to be cleaning all that up, cleaning up the metal, painting a few parts, this, that, and the other. So without further ado, we shall commence with the action.
You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts.
We are going to clean the power steering rack up. There's a seal inside the main shaft, for lack of better terminology. There's a seal down here, and I'm going to replace that. So I'm going to take that all up, replace the seal, put it back. And I'm going to clean up the main part of the rack. Main part of the rack here, it's aluminum, so I'm going to clean it up with some metal polish cleaner, and then I'm going to coat it with a protectant, which I'll show you later. Tie rod ends, you can see they're kind of rusty and dirty a little bit, so I'm going to clean these up too. I'll probably spray paint them just to make them look good, tape off the rubber and whatnot. So I'll clean the lines off and protect them, just so that way you don't get corrosion or rust or anything like that. This piece here, I'll try to clean up as best as I can. I'll probably paint when I can. I'll probably take this off, this whole piece off. So clean that up so it's not rusty. Probably grease this a little bit. I just want to make things on the up and up. So that's the next step here. All right. Let's start getting this guy apart. I've never done this before. See how this goes. I already did loosen up this bolt here. Let's throw these lines back on here. And we'll be showered in champagne. Champizzy. I think this rag is adding oil. Jesus Christ. Hi, how's it going? Alright, so I realized in the middle of, I didn't realize when it happened, but I just realized it now. In the middle of filming the last cleaning up the power steering rack bit, the memory card got full and stopped recording. And I didn't know that at the time. I just kept working, so I'll show you where we're at. So I was using, show you what I'm using. Barkeeper's Friend. It's a half decent job. I was doing that with a Brillo pad here, and some good old agua, good old H2O. So I got it fairly cleaned up, but this really shiny part. I started using the die grinder with like a wire brush on the end, or wire wheel, and it's leaking air, but I like this. This is what I'm looking for. Nice and shiny. It's a shiny little thing. So I think I'm going to keep going with that and see if I can get the whole thing shiny up. I think they at one point, these lines, I don't know if you can see, but maybe a little bit, but how it's not just like one uniform. It has like stuff on it. I think it might have had like a coating on them originally, and I think part of the coating came off, and that's when the corrosion started. So I think I'm going to do, I got it fairly cleaned up, might clean it up a tad bit more, but I think these, I'm probably going to paint them. Probably take them off and paint them. So that's probably all I'll do with them. Paint them silver, high temp silver. And then the ends here, I still have to wire brush and then I'm going to do rust reformer, spray rust reformer on it, and then probably do a coat of flat black on the tie rods. This is the outer tie rod, this is the inner tie rod going into the boot. Now obviously I have to clean up the boots, so they got, you know, filthy just from the splatter and stuff, so you know, clean up the boots, clean up the, you know, the rest of the lines, you know, the low pressure parts of the lines, you know, clean them up, the rubber parts. So we're gonna keep going, but I think this time I'm not gonna do video. I'm gonna do just time lapse again because the video is really eating it up. I was planning on doing a video anyway. Nobody's gonna sit there and watch me clean, scrub back and forth. It's like watching somebody do dishes. Nobody's gonna watch that. I was gonna speed it up anyway, so instead of doing that, I'll just do a time lapse. Turned out pretty good. The wire wheel did an A-OK job. Take a closer look here. So, as you can see, it's pretty shiny. Yeah, it's shiny. I'll turn the light down and you can get it. See, it looks a little different. Right amount of light. But it's a shiny girl. The other side looks pretty much the same. But obviously I still have to clean the rubber boots. These two lines, I did clean them, so they're, you know, they still have a, you know, slight corrosion spots here and there. If you could see, you can see a little bit. So I'm still gonna take these lines off and spray paint them. So that way I'm gonna spray paint them silver. High temp silver, so that way they're protected. I just don't want them to corrode. That's my main concern, is I don't want corrosion, leaking, anything like that. I want everything to work properly. So I'm still going to take these two off and paint them. I did clean up the tie rod ends and the inner tie rods here. I did clean this up with the wire wheel as well, but I am going to paint this to protect it as well, just so if I ever have to work on it, service it, whatever the case, nothing's rusted, nothing's screwed up, and you know, it's just good to protect. Next step on this guy here is take off those two lines and paint them high temp silver, and then take the whole thing out into the yard and paint the. I'm going to leave the tie rod ends and inner tie rods. I'm going to leave them everything connected. I'm just going to tape everything off, all the rubber and whatnot, and then spray paint that flat black. First, I'm going to use rust converter, just because why not? Just make things a little better. Rust. Here, I'll show it to you. Where do we got? Rust reformer. Spray this crap. Then I'm gonna spray some flat black, and then just gotta clean up the rub. Just gotta, and then we'll be done with that. So that will be that. Then that's how the story goes. So the next thing you're gonna see is probably out in the yard or whatever the case is, doing some spray paint action, doing some graffiti. Breaking the law, cause I'm an outlaw, baby. Alright. Hi. So I got all the polishing and cleaning up of the power steering rack done. So it's pretty much ready for paint, and the also I'm using some corrosion inhibitor on the bare metal. So I got it out here in the backyard. I got a little table set up to work on. So just time lapse. So basically I'm gonna take the two hard lines off over here. I'm gonna take the two hard lines off and paint them, and then I have to tape off all the rubber and whatnot, anything I don't want to overspray on, so I gotta tape it all off, and then I'm gonna paint the tie rod ends, paint the lines, and then use the corrosion inhibitor on the center body of the rack, or basically on the main part of the rack. Or the rack, I don't know, whatever terminology you want to use, but you know, the main part in the middle. So time lapse all that, and then so come back when it's all wrapped up and I'll show you the results.
pistons. I got done doing all the painting and cleaning all that crap of the rack over here, so give you a better look. So painted, as you can see, overspray. Painted the tie rod ends. I obviously you see painted the other end. Painted the hard lines here. They're nice and shiny silver metallic. I use high temp paint because the power steering fluid does get a little bit hot. Not, you know, coolant hot, but can get kind of hot. And then I use this stuff, CRC 336 corrosion inhibitor. So use this stuff. Kind of reminded me, I felt like I was cooking with Pam. So I sprayed and coated all the other metal stuff here. This housing here, you know, coated all that. And this little knuckle, this little guy here, I painted as well. So, and then I use this stuff, McGuire's 40 vinyl and rubber cleaner conditioner. I use it on the ball joint boots, on the inner tie rod boots, and then on the rubber hose here. And this is like a foam outer blanket. Proper word didn't come to my mind, but it's tucked in when it's blanky. So that's your power steering rack. That's a typical power steering rack. A hell of a lot cleaner than most cars. I probably would have went a little bit more apeshit crazy if this was a full-on show car, but this is going to be, you know, just like a bad street car. So I'm trying to make things, you know, really, really good, but I'm not going for full-on perfect because I ain't going to be driving the road. It is going to get a little bit dirty. It's going to be under the car, yada, 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 yada. So that's the end of that. So she's all ready to be bolted in once I get to that point. All right. Done with the power steering rack. Another check off the checklist of crap that needs to be done on this car to get her hitting the pavement. Hitting the old pavement and making the wheels go round and round. Yeah. So another thing off the list. So I still have to, I dropped off a few things already. I already did some film. By the time you see this, I edited. I've been hopping around a little bit, as, you know, as far as the videos and the filming, because I'm just doing a bunch of random different things and different days and different time, and doing a little 3-car money, just, you know, juggling some the old shell game. So I did drop off some stuff already. Intercore piping I dropped off. I still have to take care of the oil feed line for one turbo, for the driver's side turbo. I still have to drop off the calipers to get powder coated, but as you know by now, there was a problem with them, and basically I'm waiting on the bolt now at this point before I could drop them off, because I want to, you know, the bolt, the head and the bottom of the threads gets powder coated the same color, so I want to drop off everything at once. So it's all apart, they're all ready to go. I just need the one bolt. So I'm waiting on that to do that. And then I also have to take the intercooler to get pressure tested as well. I'm not even sure they could 100% do it. It's just, I've never actually had done this, so it's just, you know, I don't know. Who knows? You know, a lot of this I've done, you know, a million times, a lot of times, and some of this stuff is, you know, I'm learning as well. I'm learning along with you. I'm figuring out some as I go. Especially with all this camera video stuff. I'm not a camera video guy. I'm, you know, I'm a blue collar type of guy. You know, I know some things. I know how to use these tools here, but I'm not an expert with all this tech camera settings, perfect shots, all that. Maybe one day, once, you know, things get a little bit blown up a little bit more viewership, I'll be able to get a guy that's good with that to take care of it for me, to help me out so I can move a little faster with other stuff. I got a little off topic there, little off topic. What are you gonna do? Next episode coming up, I might do some Murano stuff. I don't know. I still have to replace the one pipe underneath. Has the flex pipes that bolt to the header, and it has the catalytic converters built into it. It's all like one piece. I still have to replace that. What else I have to do with the Murano? There's another thing I had to do with the Murano I can't think of right now. But Bug, get off the goddamn camera. Oh bastard. Actually, you know what? Just about a half hour ago, Bug flew into my goddamn mouth, and I ended up swallowing. I was freaking hacking my lung up for a half hour. The f, Bug? Next, it might be, some Murano stuff, or also I ordered the touch-up paint for underneath the car because I have to clean up some rust. So I don't know the order of things because I'm waiting on stuff to come in, and I'm juggling. I got a few balls in here. I'm juggling here. So, but there'll be some. You know what? I'm coming next. I'm the next guy coming. I'm the next thing on the next video. Tune in to watch me. It's all about me. It's all about me, mommy. So, until the next time that you have more me, don't forget, drive fast, take chances!